provide good reason to conclude that the Apostle Paul knew exactly what he was talking about a couple thousand years ago. Again, he says it in 2 Corinthians 5:8. He says, we are confident and satisfied to be out of the body and at home with the Lord. With all that said, with my argument, with Dr. Moreland's argument, I want you to see that it makes perfect sense to conclude, along with the Nobel Prize winning neurologist, Sir John Eccles, who said that we are souls who use a body and a brain. Sir John Eccles said that you are a soul who uses a brain, much like a pianist uses a piano. You can have a fantastic pianist, but if that piano goes out of tune or becomes damaged, then the pianist hasn't lost any skill, but cannot create beautiful music if the piano is out of tune or damaged. But once the piano is fixed, then the pianist can go right back to making great music. Well, Sir John Eccles would say something similar happens to us. You're a soul in the image of God, but if your brain that you use, like the pianist uses the piano, if the brain is damaged somehow physically, then the soul is going to have a hard time thinking rationally in this physical world. But if the brain is fixed, then things go back to normal, or if you are now disembodied or disembrainable, you start thinking quite nicely once again. Just some things I like to think about. Anyway, Moreland's argument for the existence of the soul, along with the FreeThinking argument that I gave you, and others, many others, provide good reason to conclude that the Apostle Paul knew exactly what he was talking about a couple thousand years ago. Again, he says it in 2 Corinthians 5:8. He says, we are confident and satisfied to be out of the body and at home with the Lord. So, question, do we survive the death of our bodies? You better believe it. Yes, we survive our death. Think about that. You will survive your death. I will survive my death. The question is, where are you going to spend the rest of your life? Who are you going to survive it with, is the question. But when you think of it that way, that you survive your death, not only does Scripture tell us that, but we can come to that conclusion just based on logic alone, even if we never had Scripture. That gives us good reason to trust Scripture. It gives us a fantastic and reasonable and logical hope. You see, you are created in the image of God, and that image or likeness survives the death of the image of the body that you look at whenever you see yourself in the mirror.